Philadelphia Eagles rebuild. I did make a few slight changes since the end of last video. I found out the reason why our punter was so terrible was because for some reason, I guess it was from where I was advancing to the regular season, we had a 30 overall punter on our roster. That wasn't going to cut it, so I went and got Cameron Johnston out of free agency. I also moved on from Brandon Graham. It seemed like the cap penalty was reasonable to move on from him. I was able to get some picks because obviously if we are going to be cap crippled, the way out of this jam is going to be through youth. And to replace Brandon Graham, we went ahead and got Everson Griffin, moved him over to left end. We're going to see how he's going to do for us. He's really only going to be in our base packages. He's not going to be our rushing end, and I'm not going to put him as a rush D tackle either. I'm going to give Hargrave some time here. Hargrave's still fairly young, not going to hit regression. I could probably get him up a few overalls before he starts to decline for us. Outside of that, let's go ahead and get hopped into this Week 3 matchup against the Cincinnati Bengals. Little fun fact here about me from Zulu. I am actually from Cincinnati, huge Bengals fan, as painful as that may be, considering, we don't seem to have the best of luck as a franchise. But, we have Joe Burrow now, so let's just hope we can get a line and protect him, maybe a little more competitive this year. But let's go ahead and hop in here. I'm going to go ahead and do play the moments again. Like I said, we don't want to spend too much time here in the opening seasons. We're just kind of trying to get a little bit further in through the progression of the franchise here. So against the Cincinnati Bengals, I think I'm going to go with we're just going to go with the regulars again, since their colors are black and orange and white. I don't want to risk using any colors that might clash with theirs, so we'll just stick with the green and see if we can get a solid game here going. Still a little questionable about Jalen Hurts and if he is going to be our QB of the future, but he's been playing pretty good. He's very versatile. I like the fact that I can do that Philly special with him. He's able to get some separation. He seems to catch the ball right. I had a speed option late in the game against the Rams, and they had to hold true to Jalen Hurts, which allowed Miles Sanders to basically trot right into the end zone. So he does have his perks, so maybe through development he will get where we need him to, but it's just one of those things where you can't quite be sure. So here we are in Philadelphia. So far we're 1-0 in Philadelphia and 0-1 on the road, so let's see if we can go ahead and get to our second win. See how things are going to kind of go from there. Go ahead and skip this little intro video. First quarter, first drive. Come out here and set the pace. And again, we are starting inside the 10. It is just a curse that we have here. Not quite sure what is going on with that, but, figure it out. When it's this close, I like to lead off with this route. It kind of gives me a nice quick release.
On first down, Hurts.
There it is.
And he'll complete this one to Fogle.
He's young. I was kind of surprised at how young he was for some reason. I don't know why. As long as we were playing Madden, I kind of thought he was a little bit older than what he was. But he seems to be like he could be a cheap role player here for a long time. Him and Greg Ward, I feel like I'm going to have to rely on him quite a bit.
Using guys almost as screens in order to get open. That makes things tough for guys.
Ogunjobi in that Bengals uniform. I'm so excited about that for this upcoming season. I think he's going to be a unique addition.
Despite him not running the ball well, they told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
Once that season gets started for us.
Leaning on him because, as you noted last week, they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yards that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Incomplete. Well, Charles, for this offense, we take a look at the draft class here. They were looking for a playmaker, and they found one on the outside.
And the way teams are throwing the football nowadays, you can't afford to skip at the wide receiver position. I know that the slot guy is getting more attention now, but that guy in the perimeter, he makes you go.
A strong running.
What a move by Miles Sanders. I was a little bit scared for a second. Came out in that wide 9 formation that spreads the defense out so much, and if you're going outside, you are not in the best of situations always.
They tell us the same thing every time.
I'm also trying to mix the playbooks up here. I don't want
Be ready to
come out and use the cheap plays where we can expose the CPUs to the weaknesses.
Guys on the roster who are
So I think I'm going
filling in and playing at a high level.
There we go. Sanders. Get there, get there. Did we get it? Did you give me inches or first? Oh, of course they would. Okay.
Good defenses.
Well, I'm definitely going to come out and go for this one.
Immediately in the secondary after
Go back to this dive. I just think we match up good against them.
Before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Okay.
Going for it with Sanders.
I think we got it. He's able to pound for it. Ooh, no. That's going to affect our developmentation process a lot.
It's Sanders. Well, he gets attended to.
He's our future running back, so if he is no longer there, that's definitely going to keep things not in the situation where we want them. Definitely makes our offense quite one-dimensional as well, but
the fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
I'm going to hand this off here. Trust our O-line against there.
Boston Scott, his first carry. And he'll get this one up.
Little Boston Scott found that little hole he squeezed right between the linemen.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Upper arm bruise. All right, Mr. Sanders, you got to get back in here.
Detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete.
Shame when you got 4 completions.
First down pickup of 8. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive.
20 yards.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow.
Throw this dig play. I think we might get some
nice completed pass.
Some nice options across the middle here.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. A quick
Sanders. Oh, no.
He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch.
No.
Get it to Ward, intercepted.
Jalen Hurts sailed it. Man, he was open on that middle, too. I think I threw it too early, allowed the safety to jump it. Now they're going to probably come down and score rather quickly. Hop in here and make the stop.
Still 0-0 here in quarter 1, but an early test to check in on as we've got a 3rd down situation looming. Now Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon.
Looks like
and he's going to have a Bengals first down by about a yard.
That came out to hurt me a little bit. Another 3rd down stop. I like this
Still
one.
Still scoreless here in the first, but a 3rd down situation forthcoming. Let's get into the action. On 3rd down, Burrow. Got it
and we got the stop.
Good play. And boy, he is very close to a first down. Burrow going forward on 4th.
Oh, no.
And a quick throw here.
Few problems here. Okay. Yeah, I'm still, believe it or not, I was playing this really since it came out, and I'm still not 100% familiar with how the defensive line rushing system works. You know, I usually
first and goal from just inside the 5.
They'll give it to franchise league, so you don't really play defensive line a lot of those.
The numbers for Mixon last week.
Seem to be having a little
19
bit of trouble
carries,
right now.
100 yards on the nose, and a score.
Well, this is where it becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback right now. Number 3 in the league in rushing, within shouting distance of the lead. But at the same time, if the passing game is...
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon.
Well, things aren't starting here in Philadelphia how we want them to.
Coming up here, this defense looking for a third down stop in the second quarter. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Open man, it's Rager. He's got it. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 26. We jump into the action. It's second down and 3, and the ball in the red zone.
Well, interested to see if they're going to bring the heat off of this.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts.
We got Goddard moving in the open.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That's good. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 10-yard line.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And what a pass and fine. Jalen Reagor says, you throw it, I catch it.
His third touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point.
See if we can get a big third down stop here. They've seemed to be
coming up here, this defense looking for a third down stop in the second quarter.
Maybe we come out with zone.
From midfield now, Burrow. There's a short one caught by Uzomah. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Let's get back into the action. The situation, ball in the red zone. It's second down, and the defense needing to step up.
And what a play in the backfield, nice and quick. Was that LeBlanc?
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The Bengals on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Burrow.
Oh, no, that was completely my fault.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And the Bengals are going to have a first and goal. It's some good running there. Gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a second and goal.
The worst man you've ever seen. We're going to get there. Don't worry.
From the 2 now, second and goal. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
And Joe Mixon with his second touchdown.
Just inside of 2 minutes for this offense. Second quarter. They've got the football, but on their own side of the field.
Alrighty.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Dallas got it across the middle.
Over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at their 48-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
How did I not see him?
And they will take over possession.
What was going on? That's ultimately my fault, so don't even blame that on Jalen Hurts. So it's
time for this defense to try and stiffen as they'll try here to defend a 1st and 10 situation at their own 17-yard line.
Up here and force some sort of turnover.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow, 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
At the 12-yard line.
Okay.
To the air again, Burrow. Flushed out right. Now Burrow loses the football. And
of course, that will fly out of bounds.
At the 2-yard line. Burrow on his toes that time as they get the 1st down. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retained possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
I had to move in. Clearly, he don't mind beating us with his legs. And just look at this game getting out of hand rather quick. They're not even giving us a chance to play some moments here.
Nothing to lose now. This offense forced to go for it. Down a bunch here in the 4th quarter. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. DJ Reader. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific. Things are not looking good for this offense. 3-score game in the 4th. They need points quickly. Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get 1 step. If you're within 1 step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that, looks like an extra step was involved.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Here's Hurts to throw. He'll fire it deep for Rager. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
That's to Ford, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A throw over the middle, taken in. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
2nd down. Here's Hurts. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on.
You know what I mean? It's just
Normally you think the tight end's
One
going
of
to be
those
able to catch
games,
the
there's not a lot
football
you
and
can
handle
do.
that
Things just really
contact,
weren't
but in this
going our
case,
way.
maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
He's going to drop this down to Sanders, and that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So this
And that's
one
the ball
in the
game
win
here. We
column
fall
now
to
for the
1 and
Cincinnati
2.
Bengals.
Things
And
just
it
kind
was
of
their
don't go like
defense that really made the
planned.
statement after
But
the
you know,
break.
this
They
is the
pitched second
rebuild. I
half
think
shutout.
once we get
think
back
about
here to
the team that just
the
got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter.
to the main
Do
menu
you
here, I think I'm
thought
going to
at
simulate a
all
few
that
weeks
would
just
be
to
their
kind of
last
see
points
where
of the game?
things
No,
go.
but what a
Like I
second
said,
half,
this
the
first few
adjustment,
years, we're
whatever
just
they
going to
did
kind
in
of
the
try to
locker
get
room, it
through,
certainly worked.
do a little bit of
did, and you're
developing, a
exactly
little
right,
bit of
whether
getting in the game so we can maybe have some sort of control over what experience we are getting. But for the most part, we're just trying to get forward to the head, get to the draft, get to some free agency, get through some seasons so these cap penalties can get smaller so we can alleviate some of what we are going through. So our young future left tackle here, he's got a lot of areas that he really needs to work on, but right now, because he is that left tackle, our Jalen Hurts protector, I'm just going to focus on the pass protecting. Do that pass blocking up to 73 and 71. On the finesse, it's a little rough, but we're getting there. I think he's got the potential to be a consistent starter for us in the NFL, so we're just going to kind of, roll with the punches for a little bit. So let's go ahead here and advance to week 4 against the Niners. It's kind of crazy to think we go from beating the Rams 28-14 to losing to the Bengals 31-7. Jalen Reagor apparently is frustrated, not quite sure why. He seems to be getting his touches. He's gotten a touchdown in every game so far, so I really don't know what he has to complain about, but understandable. So let's go ahead and do some training here and just sim it randomly. I probably should have took time to pick one that I already have gold in, but it's okay. We're just kind of trying to get through the season here. Mistakes happen. Look at that. Got the tablet going through the coach's arm. Gotta love EA graphics sometimes. Ooh, Dallas Goedert. This is a nice, important development here. And that's surprising. Went into the scheme fit, and typically when you go possession, it upgrades all of them. Or any of them upgrades all of them, because it just seems like when you upgrade a tight end, you get a bunch of upgrades. But, at least now we're closer to scheme fit. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and do some scouting, because we don't want to lose our scouting points by simming a week. Already been just kind of exploring through the first round, because we don't really know where we're going to wind up at. Let's see here. He's an early first round. I do like that. See what we got in the safeties. Spencer Hales, early first round. Like it. Got a Deshaun Tulloch, early first round. I like that as well. So far there's 3 defensive players that could really, looks like they could be potential cornerstones for the team. What do we got here at corner? Because Shaquille Gardner. See, now I feel like I really, really like him. We got here on the offensive line. Looks like a couple of busts. And Raheem Bigsby could be a solid player as well. So we'll get back to that here after we advance through this week. See what we got ready to negotiate. I'm sure there's a few players I might want to keep around, but mainly we're just going to be looking to alleviate cap. Ooh, Mr. Fulgham. See, I feel like we're going to be able to get him for a discount. I'm going to keep it at 3 years because it's unrealistic for a receiver this young to sign an extension for a long term for this cheap. I think 3 years, it's kind of like a little prove it deal in the beginning of your career. You get out of it, you're still going to be in your prime. If you did good, then you get the big bucks. It's basically like a rookie contract for somebody who's undrafted, which I do believe Fulgham was. And it looks like next week I'm going to be able to bounce right back around and get Greg Ward Jr. on a nice team-friendly deal as well. So I like that. LeBlanc, I'm a little bit unsure about. He has made some good plays for us. Corey Clement, I am thinking I'm going to hang on to. He's seeming to be a nice developing kind of into our power back. So if it's for the right deal, I'll probably hang on to Corey Clement. Singleton right now has been one of our biggest producers on defense, but he is at that 26 years of age and only a 70 overall. How much better is he really going to get for us with that normal development? So we're just going to kind of have to see, you know, maybe he gets a development upgrade at some point. Jared Davis is who I'm really wanting to lock down on this defense. It's looking like he's in the range of a team-friendly deal at only 24 years of age. So I do like that. So let's go ahead and get in, simulate here through week 4 and go into the week 5 week against Pittsburgh. We're not going to play it either. We're just kind of trying to do a little bit of advancing, get ahead in the season for you guys so we can get closer to this off season and get this Eagles team rebuilt. So let's go ahead and see how this went. Since I didn't play it, I have no idea how it went. Oh, well, it looks like we tried to get him the ball, so he's happy, gets the XP boost. Look at that, plus 20 morale. That's huge. That means he's going to be getting some bonuses here on his attributes. But let's go ahead and do another advancing of the week. We still have Rieger, Hurts, and Maddox as our focus players. They seem to be like they're going to be the future. I'm debating on taking Hurts off. I don't know who I would have put on there. Maybe our left tackle. Get him nice and primed in case we decide to go quarterback in the draft, which would be a little redundant since the Eagles just drafted one. But things are a little interesting here in Philadelphia as we fall to 1-3. Let's go ahead and give Miles Sanders the upgrade here. I need to get his hands up. He was dropping easy passes for me. +2 catching. Let's see what that is at for us now. He's at 67, so no wonder he is a Stonehands McGee. Kez Watkins. I was looking at his attributes. He was pretty fast, if I do recall. Yeah, let's go ahead and go into physical here. With speed like that, if we can get his release up, he could be a pretty deadly weapon for us. No release, unfortunately, but we got all of the catching abilities, so that's always a positive upgrade. And then let's just go ahead and auto upgrade these guys. They're not really looking like they're going to be long-term solutions or anything for us, so I'm not going to focus or waste too much time on them. Let's get back into scouting here. I believe we were down here on the cornerback out of Ohio, or out of Cincinnati, I do believe. Yep, Raheem Bigsby. Let's see here. He's a mid-first rounder, so if we don't do good or in a possible trade back situation, he could be someone we look at. Michael Harris here is a mid-first rounder. Doesn't seem to be too bad. What do we got here on the defensive tackle spot? Early first rounder Carlos Pleasant from Boston College. Now, I am heavily thinking about being super aggressive and trying to get multiple first-round picks here. Reason being is things are looking not the best for us in roster circumstances. So we might need that cornerstone player that we can invest in on both sides of the ball. It's just kind of one of those things that's a toss-up. Lyle Moreland here. Jeremiah Billingsley out of a small-town Buffalo University. Early first rounder. He could low-key be the steal of the draft here late. I'm very interested in that. And then Taylor Schmidt looks like he could be solid as well. So, very intrigued with what we got going on there. Let's go ahead and simulate through. Oh, we have a new injury. This ought to be interesting. Anthony Harris with a dislocated hip. That's definitely going to hurt us, but I guess that gets some time for the young guns to get in there and start getting their development on. We got some trade offers. I forgot I put Jason Kelce and Jason Peters on the block. So let's kind of see what we've gotten for them. A 6th-round pick for Jason Peters. I think I'm going to go ahead and remove him off the block. It just doesn't even seem to be worth it. Let's go ahead and see what we've got for Jason Kelce. a 3rd round pick, a 4th round pick, a 3rd, 4th, and a 7th, 4th, a 3rd, 3rd, 7, 3rd and 6th, Benber Curvin, 4th and 7th. I'm not really seeing anything. There's a 2nd from Green Bay that I think would make it worth to. Now, these are all this year from Dallas, the 3rd, 4th, and 7th, but I'm absolutely not going to trade Jason Kelce to a division rival, as if their offensive line isn't already stacked enough. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and remove them from the trade blocks. Didn't seem like there would be anything that I would take. I just kind of wanted to see what was out there, see if anybody would throw an offer that would make it worth moving on and suffering a cap penalty for moving these guys. But it doesn't seem like there's anything out there that would be worth taking. Looks like we're just gonna kind of go with the flow, and then when the season's over, kind of come up with what we can. So let's go ahead and advance through this week and see how things go against Pitt. Probably be a loss, but you never know. With Coach Jensen here, he always gets the guys ready to play. Those look like we came up a little bit short against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Everson Griffin wants to stop the losing streak. So do I. I think we need to get on our secondary. Bonus goal getting 3 interceptions. Now, I guess if there is a quarterback that you might have a chance of doing that against, it could be Lamar. But that's if you can stop him from running first. So I believe I was down here on a guard. Yeah. Taylor Schmidt, late 1st rounder, not a bad player. Trevor Gallimore, the 2nd round pick, who's actually a mid 1st rounder. I think I'd like to come back and get him. Okay. Come back next week. Let's go ahead and do our training again. I think we got to stick with Jalen Hurts for now, because the only way we're going to have a chance of getting the throwing power upgrade is if we stick with him and keep leveling him up for now. We'll just debate it. I think we're going to at least have him for the next 2, maybe 3 years before we decide on moving on from him. A, no reason to incur a cap penalty for moving on from him while he's on a rookie deal. And B, I mean, we might not be in a position to draft a quarterback anytime soon or to sign one, so at least he's young, and we do have the potential to develop him. So I'm going to go ahead and make Javon Wallace a scheme fit here. Reason being is he doesn't have star dev. He's only a rookie. We want to kind of do anything that's going to assist us in leveling him up. Now, a little secret here I've learned with defensive backs, cornerbacks in particular here. If you like man coverage safeties, I know it's really tempting to want to go into man coverage, and it's not going to happen every time, but a lot of times when you go into slot, you will get 2. I've even had 3 man upgrades before. So this time was only 1, so I know it was a terrible time to talk about it, but I guarantee you, as you see, we got +4 man coverage and +1 press on a slot upgrade. So for some reason on Madden's system, when you click a slot upgrade, it wants to give you man, and so whenever I have a defensive back that wants to go into that man upgrade, I always try to go into slot. It just kind of seems to work out better that way. We're gonna go ahead and try to make Singleton here scheme fit for the field general. Got +3 zone coverage. I think he's looking to be a solid all-around linebacker now. The problem is just that age, and as you can see, he's already taken 8,000, almost 7,000 experience points to level up each time. And I don't think that's going to help us. He's only number 51 ranked middle linebacker, so he's not even technically a starting linebacker. So that's not really beneficial to us. So I think we're just going to kind of have to look at finding a possible replacement for him. So let's go ahead and advance into week 7 here. I think I might go into the bye week, and then we'll probably call it a day. We're gonna just kind of see how things are. See how the player only meeting went. Only lost by 6 points, Griffin, so don't take it too hard on yourself. So like we're in these games at least. Let's go ahead, and he wants to talk about preparing for the game. We're gonna actually rest a little bit. At least we're getting the morals up with all these upgrades. I don't know if it's enough to cancel out the negative morals we're getting from losing, but we will at least see. And I'm a little torn because if we do go bad enough, I could very well think of spending my first round pick on a QB. It's just a matter of, Will Smith. I really like him. It's just a matter of, do we want to do that when we know we have a lot of holes with youth that we need to fill across the board? So we're gonna be faced with a lot of decisions here. Looks like we have a few more contracts ready to extend. I definitely know I want to get over here. Marquise Goodwin, I'm not interested in you. I'm not really interested in you anymore either, Jason Peters. You're probably going to retire at the end of the year. Now this man right here, Greg Ward Jr., Mr. Versatility, as I like to call it. I'd like to offer him a similar 3-year deal. He takes it. So now I feel good. We have 2 receivers that I feel comfortable with being our 3 and 4 option in Greg Ward Jr. and Travis Fulgham. I would like to get a number 2 option or a number 1, just depending on what Jalen Reagor becomes for us, because he may end up being the number 2 option and not the number 1. So, and if that's the case, then we kind of got to play it by ear. So if I was to offer him a 2-year deal, we're looking at about $7 million, and that's not terrible. We'll see if he takes it. I'm not going to try to pound it on him. He's looking like that's not going to be satisfactory for him, so he may end up leaving, in which case I might just sign undrafted running backs going into next preseason, and or I just might make moves for picks. The other option I have is trading my first round pick and getting multiple mid-round picks and maybe trying to build with mass rather than elite talent. I don't know. If you guys have any ideas, obviously just comment and we'll kind of discuss it and see what's best for this Philadelphia Eagles franchise. I'm always excited to hear what you guys want to think. As you know, we are absolutely probably the smallest channel on YouTube that's ever existed. So it's really easy for me to comment and discuss things with you and, try to make this series as exciting as I can for you. So just comment, let me know. We'll see what we can do for you guys, and ultimately I want to make this as immersive and as fun for us all as we can. So looks like Rudy Ford here just got a double upgrade off the run support. I'm guessing that raised his hybrid. Oh yes, okay. And I am not sure what's going on with that, but it was not letting me cycle through all of the players there, because I would have just simulated Mr. Grayland here. He's not very important. So as you can see, he's a man. I'm going to go in the slot. Let's see if it gives us the double again. No, doesn't do it. But as you can see, another +4 with man and +1 awareness. I'm actually very surprised that didn't give us a double man upgrade. But what does that put his man at? 81 man coverage. Okay, probably going to go in the slot just a few more. I'd like to get a tackling and some more press upgrades before I switch over to zone. I also would really like to get some play rec upgrades so he can jump some passes and get some interceptions. His awareness could use it as well, but I think Avonte Maddox is going to be a Pro Bowl corner for years to come for us. I truly do. So let's go ahead and advance through this week. We got one more week after this. It's looking like we're going to be complete sellers, as we are 1-5, potentially 1-6 here. And if we're complete sellers, then we're just going to kind of go with things. We actually get a win in week 7. I like it. You know, I know that seems a little backwards since we are a team that's rebuilding, but with us rebuilding like we are, it gives us a little bit more XP whenever we do good. So it's kind of one of those things where, do you want the XP or do you want the pick? And honestly, I want them all, but you can't have them all. So we'll go ahead and take our W for this week and go from there. He's a little rough. Probably should have stopped after the first one. He's an undrafted second-round talent. He should just fall off of the board entirely. The one thing I'm liking about this class, which you don't normally see, is there's a lot of stand-up outside linebackers. Typically, these classes are flooded with edge rushers at the outside linebacker position. To see that this is a 4-3 linebacker class really is leaving me to believe I should be heavy in the linebacker train this upcoming draft. So that's definitely what we're going to do. I'm thinking if I have any chance to pick up some extra picks, I think I'm going to, even if it means trading away picks for next year. And then we'll address that coming up, maybe when some of these contracts are out or the penalties are a little lower. We'll work on recovering them that way. But I think that's probably going to be the way we go, because if we can get as much youth as we possibly can, we're going to be able to truly build this roster up. So Jarrad Davis seems to be playing really good. I think he's going to be a nice pickup for us. He's already had, I think, 3 upgrades since he's been with us. I think he's just a versatile player, still super young. And I think that's going to be a nice... Let's go ahead and go into physical here. If I'm doing deep threat, I like to go into physical, because you'd be surprised at the amount of deep threat upgrades you get. You get a lot of spec catch, and release is very important if you're going to be a deep threat, because you got to be able to blow by the defensive back that's on you. You can go in the run stopper here. I was thinking that before I even seen that was scheme fit. I feel like for defensive tackles, that's one of the most important upgrade. Even if you're just a pass rusher, getting that block shed makes using your finesse and power moves a lot easier. So we got another upgrade here for Jalen Hurts. I'm gonna go into field general again, because I'm trying to get that third upgrade. I know you guys are sitting there like, Zulo, if you're wanting to throw power upgrade, why aren't you going into strong arm? Because for some reason, I don't know why, as many franchises as I've done, whenever you go into strong arm, it doesn't give you throw power upgrades. It will. I shouldn't say it doesn't. It will. But nowhere near as much as when you go into field general. So I think I'm just going to have to go into that route and hope for some throw power upgrades to really kind of booster where we are at. So let's see where we're sitting at. So we're 2-5. We're still bottom in our division. See where we're sitting at in the NFL. Then we're going to go over some statistics as well. So we are number 5 currently in the NFL record-wise. But what's crazy is you look at our record, and there's only a 22-point difference in points for and points against. So it means we're in games. It means we're losing games because of turnovers, penalty calls, play here, a play there. So let's go ahead and go over our player stats. So Jalen Hurts has 1,500 yards with 10 TDs and 9 interceptions. I guess that's about what you could expect for a rookie. I really want to get that passer rating up if he thinks he's going to be the starting quarterback here. Miles Sanders is not quite having the year. He is only at 396 yards. Granted, in the first 3 games, I barely used him at all. But I still think in total I probably had at least 100 yards through those 3 games for him. So that means in the rest of these games he is yet to put up an additional 300 yards. Jalen Reagor, however, though, as a rookie seems to be doing somewhat solid. I mean, 418 yards with 29 receptions, 4 TDs. I think he's right under pace for a 1,000-yard campaign as a rookie, so maybe he will catch a little bit of wind. Fulgham and Greg Ward Jr., as like I said, 3rd and 4th options would be ideal. Goddard as the number 1 option at tight end really needs to step up. Let's see how our offensive line is doing. So Jason Kelce has allowed 1 sack, Brooks 2, Johnson 3, Peters 5, and Maliata with 9. Wow. Okay. So things aren't looking exactly like we would like them to on that offensive line. And Maliata is supposed to be the future, as he is the young gun on the offensive line, but it seems he is having a rough year. So that is definitely going to be a hurdle that we have to get over for a little bit. Let's go ahead here, talk to Jason Peters. And look, another game lost by a field goal. So I will say this. Our team is probably closer to the bad side than the good side, but we're in games. So that tells me that the players want to win. The youth is coming out. They're producing in whatever little ways they can. It sounds like if we can just limit a turnover here or a penalty there, whether it's a holding call, roughing the passer, whatever it may be, it sounds like that could be the difference in our games. So I think just through some experience and some developing, I think we're going to get to where we want to be. Let's go ahead and do the upgrades here. Got a Jalen Reagor. What do we need to work here for him? What was I wanting to get? Oh, his release is terrible. So let's go into physical. Hope we get a release here. 2 release. Awesome. I will take it. He's up to a 76 overall. That's really solid, actually. I will take it. And Travis Fulgham. Look at the overall balance he's got here. What is... Okay, so I think I'm going to go into slot, even though he technically plays the outside for us. He's such a crisp route runner. Okay. Just keep those hands up. Keep those hands up. 85 catching, 85 spec catch, 84 catching traffic. See, he just is just a lot like Greg Ward. Super, super versatile. +4 zone. Always love big upgrades like that. I mean, his zone's rough. +3 zone. I'll take that. And Jonathan Hargrave here. I know run stopper is huge, but I want to go on the rusher here. See if we can get some more. Look at that. He got +2 block shedding anyway. So say to see if we can get some more pressure and maybe get some more XP that way from him, putting pressure on the quarterback. Go ahead and go into scouting here. So I know we've just been kind of heading down the chart here. I think I'm going to head over to the linebackers. Let's go ahead and check out Southside linebacker class. Late first round. power rusher, speed rusher, power rusher, power rusher, power rusher, speed rusher. See, it's not often you are able to find actual linebackers. And it's looking like we got quite a few here. A little run of them. That would all be somewhat solid to have. Also over here, middle linebacker. And Damian Stallworth. Well, alrighty guys, it seems like that's going to be it for today's episode. I appreciate you guys hanging in there through the suffering of this first year. Looks like we're a little bit over halfway for it. We're going to start off next week with one of our 2 wins, which is against the Giants. We're kind of at an interesting place, but I think the future looks kind of bright. I'm excited to see where things are going.
You have a big decision here to make about one of your players.
If you guys like the video, obviously like and subscribe. I'm grateful to have you guys with. Any questions at all, don't hesitate to comment. With that being said, until next time, peace.